devil is real, and she is a 4'8" bitter middle-aged Spanish woman who lives in South Florida.
Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We are checking out some more Young Don, the sauce god getting fired from McDonald's. So we watched the first part to this in the video, the day before this, and we see he needed to get a job because he wanted to buy all the designer clothes because he just came from Jamaica. He was wearing these raggedy ass Walmart clothes, and if you want swag, if you want to be cool, you gotta dress cool. So in order for his Supreme, Nike, bait, all that hype beast nonsense, he had to get a job, and the only job he could get was at McDonald's. So we know how he got the job or why he needed a job. Now we're gonna see how he got fired, and this should be the interesting part, because getting fired from a job, you got to ask yourself, why did you get fired? You usually quit from a job. You don't usually get fired. If you get fired, you probably had to do something bad, because being fired is different from laid off. Like, you can get laid off from a job because, you know, there's not enough hours to go around, but if you get fired, you probably did something wrong. But don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and go ahead and comment the current job that you have right now. The current job that I have right now is nothing at all. I do YouTube, and that is it. My last job, I was a pizza delivery guy. Can y'all believe that? I went from a pizza delivery guy to being a YouTuber. What a crazy story. But enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and check out Young Don, the sauce god getting fired from McDonald's part 2. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
Now, I titled this video, How I Got Fired from McDonald's, which implies that I was actually fired from my job for being a terrible employee. Which I was, not gonna lie. If there was a checklist consisting of all the reasons to fire someone,
I was a bad employee as well.
Definitely had most, if not all of them checked off.
I was lazy.
Technically, I could have also just as easily named this video Why I Quit My Job at McDonald's. In a way, my breakup with McDonald's was just like my breakup with my high school sweetheart. Because in both situations, if you were to ask who broke up with who, it kind of depends on who you ask.
I know what you mean.
Definitely broke up with her. This is what I mean. If you were to pull out my employee record from McDonald's, my file would definitely say not rehireable, indicating that they did indeed fire my ass. But in actuality, I stopped showing up to work well before they stopped putting me on the schedule, which in my book counts as me quitting. That said, I probably wasn't that far away from being fired anyways. For instance, I sucked at everything. There was literally nothing that I could do well. I actually felt bad for the managers whenever I showed up to work.
This is McDonald's, fam. Like, you just gotta flip a burger. I'm sure it can't be so much skills involved with flipping a burger or putting a deep fryer down to fry some French fries. But, like he always says, but he is from Jamaica. I don't know about the fast food situation in Jamaica, but it clearly can't be on like the demand in America. So he probably just doesn't know how American fast food runs. No clue, but still, it's McDonald's. It can't be that hard.
Because the moment any of the shift managers saw me, I could just see the cogs turning in their heads as they try to figure out where they could put me so that I would do the least amount of damage to the crew's ability to get shit done. You see, regardless of where you work in the food industry, whether it be for an excuse of a sandwich shop like McDonald's or for an upscale panty dropper like Benny Hanna's, the success of your crew boils down to one thing, and that thing is timing. Every good crew at any food establishment has one thing in common, and that is that they all run like a well-tuned clock. Every gear needs to be turning at just the right speed for everything to run smoothly. Timing is key. One little hiccup in the machinery can set the whole thing off track. Well, turns out adding a 16-year-old Don Hines to your restaurant crew was like taking your finely tuned clock and beating the ever-living shit out of it.
How bad were you, bro?
It honestly didn't matter where you put me. Oh, you want to put me on the grill? Sure, just don't expect any fresh burgers when you run out, dude. Because you can bet your ass they will not be ready. Or even better, what's that you say? The Angus beef burger tray's full and we don't need any more because we probably won't sell any for a little while. Well, here's 10 more. Sorry. Oh,
and I'm like, sorry. 2 To be fair, my job when I did work in like the only fast food I did, which is a baseball park, I worked in the restaurant part of it. I will say that you do have to be working on the time. Like it has to be gears. Everybody has to have perfect timing. You gotta be doing this at the right time. You gotta be doing that at the right time. Everybody has to have their job and be doing it right at that right time. So if something throws you off, it can mess it up a lot. But bruh, come on, you just flipping burgers. I'm so dead. But at least he knows he was bad. Like at least he's not over here trying to say like, oh, they just fired me for no reason. He's actually saying he knew he was bad. So that makes it okay.
Say what now? You want me to make some cookies? Okay. Just know that you're probably gonna have to ask someone else to do another tray after me because I'm definitely gonna forget about them in the oven. So you might as well just take 24 cookies out of the freezer and just throw them in the garbage because you're basically doing the same thing.
How are you this bad?
You actually want me to assemble the burgers? Have you lost?
Okay, that one's kind of hard.
I mean, sure, I'll do it. That is, of course, if you're okay with waiting 5 minutes per burger, because I definitely don't remember how to make any of this
bun,
shit,
sauce, lettuce, cheese.
I will definitely be spending an extra 2 minutes trying to find the instructions on this little picture thing above the sandwich table. So, yep. Sorry. Eventually, the managers did figure out my calling. I became the bread guy. You see, when you work on the sandwich table at McDonald's, your responsibilities include, but are not limited to, checking for new orders, making sure the bread trays were full, toasting the bread, and assembling the sandwiches. I was so bad at everything else that the managers decided to take the two simplest responsibilities of the sandwich makers and give them to me. So for entire shifts, my job was to make sure that the bun trays were always full and to toast the buns for the new orders. And whenever it got slow, I would just clean. That was pretty fucking sad. I also stole a lot. Wait, let me explain.
What?
Almost everyone who worked there stole. And no, I don't mean money. I'm talking about food. Whether it was squeezing 13 nuggets into a 10-piece box, or putting an extra patty and some bacon on a burger, or my personal specialty, smuggling cookies into your pocket when the manager wasn't looking. Stealing.
McDonald's cookies are not that good.
And as all of you should know by now, that Don Hines will always do it for the culture.
Stealing is like in the blood, bro. Honestly, if you work in food, you gotta steal from them. Cause they throw away a lot of food and they want to charge you for working there. Like, bro, I made this sandwich and you're trying to charge me for it? I'm just gonna stuff it in my mouth. What are you gonna do? At my job, bro, I wouldn't call it stealing food because like we weren't supposed to eat, but we still did it. So like we had like wings and I would like fry them, get some ranch, eat them. We had like ice cream. We had ices, bro. I got so fat working there, and I managed to lose it all when I quit working there, and then I went back, and then I gained it back, bro. I can't be working in fast food, bro. It just takes a toll on my physical health.
And although I might have been one of the worst employees McDonald's has ever hired when it came to actually doing my job, I was a god.
McDonald's employees are trash.
At any given time, I had at least 5 cookies in either of my pockets, and I never got caught once. And I know what some of you are thinking.
Cookies?
Don, in your Pokemon video, you said that you've only ever stolen one thing in your life. What the hell is all this about? Listen, like I said, everybody stole. So it's like,
if everybody does it,
if everyone steals,
is it really
anyone really stealing?
Exactly.
Yes. So those are all the legitimate reasons for why McDonald's should have fired me. But they didn't. And even though it sucked working there because I was just so bad at my job, that wasn't the reason why I actually quit. I quit for the same reason most people quit their shitty jobs, which surprisingly isn't because the job is shitty. Most people who quit their shitty jobs do so because of the shitty people they work with. I've actually never met someone who quit their job because they were just fed up with the pay or didn't like the hours.
Your coworkers are a big factor.
Those may have been contributing factors, but the main reason, the straw that will always break the camel's back, is some dumb ass person. Whether it be a boss, a coworker. I mean, even one really bad customer can be enough to just say, nope, fuck this,
I'm out.
So for me, it was my fellow staff that motivated me to quit. Here are the 3 things that made
let's get it.
I worked at a McDonald's in Broward County, Florida.
Rich
and if
people.
you know anything about South Florida, you know that it is flooded with Hispanics.
Oh,
so
really?
naturally, most of my coworkers were Hispanic. Now, that's
I don't know anything
fine.
about Florida.
I have no problem with Hispanics. A lot of my best friends are Hispanic. Latinas are without a doubt some of the most beautiful women on the planet. I know this, I've dated 2 of them. And next to Jamaican food, Spanish food is that fuego. You see, I mentioned the fact
Chipotle
that they
is
were
good.
Hispanic because my Spanish co-workers would just constantly talk shit about me in Spanish. And you know what? I probably deserved it because I was pretty ass at my job. But at least have the decency
I've been
to
talking
do it
mess
behind
about
my
you.
back. I mean, I would see 2 of my coworkers look right at me, then turn to each other, say some telenovela mumbo jumbo, and then have a good ass laugh. And although I didn't know what they were saying,
You gotta
I sure
fight
as
them.
hell knew what throwing shade looked.
You gotta throw
And
hands.
the second reason I quit was because I worked for the devil. And you might think that the devil isn't real. And if he is, it's a large red half goat, half man, Baphomet looking thing. Well, nope, you're wrong. The devil is real, and she is a 4'8" bitter middle-aged Spanish woman who lives in South Florida.
The very first job that I had, I worked for the devil, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. I think I made a video, but I deleted it. But anyways, I was 16. It was a popcorn shop in the mall. It was literally like a stand, so it was like the size of my room. It was nothing big at all. I'll say even smaller. Long story short, he was messing with the employees there, and bro, remind you, we're in high school. They're like 16, 17, 18. And this dude was messing with the employees while he had a wife and kids, dude. And he got caught. It is crazy. And what's worse is that like the next job I had, the next like real official job, the managers were doing the same thing. Like, what is up with men and preying on women? Bruh, like, can we not chill? This is not all men. Some men are good, but a lot of men are trash, bro. I have to agree with women on this. A lot of men are trash.
If a black hole were to just spontaneously form in the middle of South Florida, I guarantee you that it was in fact a result of so much fucking evil being compacted into such a small
McDonald's
body.
sounds so
that
evil.
kind of density is bound to hit a critical mass eventually. And when it does, that McDonald's is going to be ground zero, believe that. I could go on and on about how terrible it was working for this woman. She would yell and snap at people. She'd call people names. She was the type of person to fuck with your lunch schedule just because you pissed her off that day, which was every freaking day.
How are you gonna
for
mess
my
with someone's lunch
incompetent
schedule?
I would have an
That's their
8-hour shift and she would make me take my lunch an hour after I got there. Tell me some bullshit about it's the only way the schedule would work out for everyone.
Damn, bro.
Shut up. I remember this one time she
I gotta remind that.
everyone. Shut up. I remember this one time she straight up held my check hostage until the end of the shift.
Oh
on
my
payday
gosh.
Just because she knew I wanted to see how much I got. And I know she was just being a bitch to me.
This girl
because
sounds so
everybody else
evil.
got their checks. So what the fuck, man? But the thing that made me realize that I did not want to be there anymore was when I saw a fellow employee do something that every customer fears will happen to them when they get food from a place like
He
McDonald's.
spit on it?
I saw a coworker
No.
fuck with someone's food. So
Oh,
this guy,
no.
let's call him Jose. Why? Cause he's Spanish. Don't think too hard about
Don't
it.
mess
So
with someone's
Jose
food.
was making a sandwich and I was on the toaster. As he was making the sandwich, he accidentally drops the top bun on
gosh.
the ground. I then watch him, watch me, watch him as he reached down, picked up the bun, and continued to make the sandwich. Now, I was 16.
Oh,
This dude
no.
was easily 25, and apparently had been working there for quite a while. He was swole, spoke almost no English. Shit, he barely spoke, period. He had face tattoos.
I gotta pause it, bro. I just gotta pause it right there because that is just vile. That's a fear of mine as well, that somebody messed with my food. That's why you don't yell at the people who make your food before they make your food. Yell after they make your food. Because it's the easiest way to get spit, a hair, something in your food, and that's nasty, and you'll never know. You'll never know what they did to it. Especially at McDonald's, bro. When the manager's not looking, they can very easily lick your sandwich, toss it on the floor, give you a stale bun. They can do anything, bro. Don't yell at people or don't piss off people who feed you. Do it afterwards.
That is tattoos on his face. So basically,
that gotta hurt.
I wasn't gonna say shit. Instead, I walked over to the pickup area, retrieved the contaminated
and gave it to the customer,
threw it away, and then made a fresh one myself.
Okay.
So if you ever ordered a cheeseburger from a McDonald's in Pembroke Pines, Florida, the one by the LA Fitness, in the month of October,
in 2011, expose them.
How long to get there?
Expose them.
Made incorrectly. You're fucking welcome. Because there's a good chance that one was for me. And although you were probably disappointed when you got it, at least you know it wasn't previously used to clean the McDonald's floor before you ate.
And McDonald's don't clean their floor.
That was the last shift I ever went to. I called out every shift after that. And then they took me off the schedule. So that's how I technically got fired from McDonald's. Moral of the story.
Moral of the story.
As was once said by a very funny man. Fuck McDonald's.
That was it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. So we finally got to see the end of how he got fired from McDonald's. I will say that technically he did quit because he stopped showing up, and theoretically, if he were to still show up, I'm pretty sure they would still put him on the schedule. But man, that last story of the dude who dropped the bun on the floor and was gonna give it to the customer, that is vile. Do you not know how dirty a floor is? Shoes walk all over floors all the time, and shoes go everywhere. I'm pretty sure you don't clean the bottom of your shoes. When's the last time you cleaned the bottom of your shoes? And where do you walk? You walk on the sidewalk, the grass, the dirt, the mud. You step in dog poop. Everything, bro. It is so nasty. So thankfully, he did remake that sandwich, and it's so sad that this dude can't. He doesn't know how to make a sandwich, bro. How do you not know how to put a bun, lettuce, cheese, burger, bun, lettuce, cheese, burger? Wait, pickles somewhere there. Onions, secret sauce, and then the bun. I think I got it. But don't forget to hit me a like, subscribe, and comment on this video for implied for this chili, Prince Charming. My name is Prince Ohakam. Stay charmed, my friends.